Welcome to Lights Out on the Mic's new podcast show, which is focused on yet another niche sport, which is motorsports. That's a sport that I love. I'm Umer Fasie Bashir. Joining me on the front row is the glamour of F1, Zarrar Khan.
See, Rakatsi!
And bringing the technical ingenuity of F1 is Anoosh Zeerik.
Anoosh Zeerik is back!
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Anoosh.
I'm saying Anoosh Zeerik. We will refer to him as nothing else than Anoosh Zeerik.
And I'm Umer Fasie Bashir. I said I'll be the safety car guiding all of these guys throughout the podcast, making sure all lapped cars go through, not just
Which safety car?
Yes,
The
exactly.
Aston or the Merc?
I don't want to be the Aston, considering what their performance was this time.
Ooh.
But I want to get straight into it. The Bahrain Grand Prix happened. 2022 is back. How excited are you guys?
Oh, pretty much.
I'm this excited.
I know.
This is how excited I am.
Representing Michael Schumacher's original, what was it, 2004 that looks like?
Yep, 2004 or 5.
Yeah, that looks beautiful, man.
OG Ferraris.
And we're back. I think, first of all, I want to say, I think Bahrain should always be the opening race of every season. Because Australia
I don't know. I
Really?
don't know about that.
You don't
Australia's
like
been...
Australia.
I like Australia.
What?
But generally, like, Australia's such a boring track.
I don't know, I've been watching F1 for so long and it's often been the season
वो
opener.
traditional बन गया था.
हाँ, वो
technically,
मजा आता है कि
Australia.
बस आप मेलबर्न में स्टार्ट करते हो हमेशा.
But in between you
and
do the
Melbourne
month.
is never like a race जो आपको पता होता है कौन सी टीम जीता है. Usually Melbourne में यही हुआ है कि the team that or the driver that eventually won the championship was not the one who won Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah, we all know we're Vettel fans here, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we know how bad
And
that
here
is.
is a stat for you. Only one driver who won the opening race of the season since 2016 or 17 has gone on to win the championship.
Which
So
one?
Charles Leclerc.
Sure.
का क्या scene है?
Oh.
Okay.
That
Stat
is
boy. I will be your stat boy.
Yeah, it was Stan Boy. I think both of you are stands for Ferrari, though.
Yes.
But that is the first question. The Bahrain Grand Prix was fantastic. Great opener for the season. I want to ask you one simple question.
Yeah.
Can the Tifosi Dream? Is it this year? Or is it just going to be burnt out again?
Yeah, I don't wanna jinx it. I don't wanna jinx it, and I also don't wanna believe too much because this is what happened in 2017. This is what happened in 2018, and then 19 again.
Because so you really have to look at the pace all around, right? Like Red Bull was close enough. I mean, these guys had their DNFs. We'll get to that point as well. But Red Bull was close throughout pace as well. I do believe Mercedes has some pace to unlock in the car. I mean, because consistently they were 5th and 6th. They neither did a drop back or neither did it go front. But
Yeah.
they were consistent in that position.
They were porpoising along.
Yeah, exactly. They've actually made that a bit better because they've
Yeah.
increased the height, but that's why they're losing performances also for that.
They're
Instead of
losing
staying-
about 0.8 of a second because
Yeah.
of
the
purposing.
porpoising,
Yeah, their straight line speed is not good right now.
Yeah.
You could tell by the fact they couldn't catch up with
if
the
they
cars.
get around it, though, I feel like they'll be back up. And I think within 3 to 4 races, they would have solved something. But obviously, there's a lot. You can solve the porpoising issue, but then unko aerodynamics itni change
Yeah,
karni padenge.
there's a balance that you have to try to achieve, right? If you
Yeah.
increase the height, you're losing ground effect and performance because of that. And then
They also have 2 chassis, one without the side pods, one with the side
Yeah.
pods.
Yeah,
So they're,
I-
they're testing out a lot of stuff.
I feel that you should just go back to the first one that they did in Barcelona because that kind of worked better for them. Effectively,
Yeah,
they had much less issues than they had when they were like, "Oh, we have no side pods," and सबकी बोल पड़ गई थी जब वो उन्हें wait किया था।
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Lights
The
out.
First swear word of this podcast.
Bye bye.
I knew I was going to do it, that's why I asked.
No, you're like our Yuki Tsunoda. Don't worry about that, man. But I think I want to talk about a little bit about qualifying because the new cars are great. They're racing against each other. They're a bit feisty. They can follow each other better. But I think there's already an established hierarchy in terms of pace because the gap between Ferrari, Red Bull, and with the rest of the field was kind of large.
Yeah,
You look-
true.
It was 0.4
Yeah.
seconds off. Mercedes were off, and then the rest were even.
But I
further
think
back
that's
off.
also because of the change rules. If you look in 2009 and then also in 2014, इस तरीके के gaps present थे तब भी. So I think it's more of how teams are going to catch up to Ferrari and Red Bull, and I feel like Mercedes will be the first one. उसके बाद if Haas or Alfa Romeo
Don't talk about that yet. We'll talk about that
can
later.
get their shit together soon.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
but obviously, एक advantage established है already.
Yeah.
But if you look at the 2009 season, Braun started really well.
Yes.
उनका एक बहुत बड़ा gap था. But then at the end of the season, you can't say that Braun had the best car. It was Red Bull.
Red Bull had the best car.
So-
But you also have to remember the tires. Remember the tire fiasco when Silverstone was put rahi thi?
Exactly.
Like literally
सारे tires पट रहे थे.
Tires का भी इस season अभी पता चलेगा.
Yeah, I mean, like for example,
we will find out.
Like Nicholas Latifi was off the pace entirely. Like he was struggling with the new 22-inch tires. Like he could not cope with them at all. I think he was like almost half a second off 19th position.
Yep.
Which is Lance Stroll.
A few drivers did state that these tires they go off very easily. Compared to the older ones.
Yeah, we saw like Carlos saying, think of 3-stop. And we're like, oh God, no.
And we had a 3-stopper.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened.
But I think it was more instigated by Red Bull and Mercs because they were just trying to try something out. Varna 2 mein ho jata.
Yeah.
I mean,
वो पहला hards वाला stop नहीं मुझे समझ आया था.
Lewis and Russell का. And then went on mediums and we're like, what? Why did you guys?
I mean, I think we skipped over as well, but like let's talk about Charles Leclerc for 1 second. I think a near perfect performance from him. Qualifying.
Absolute grand slam.
I mean, he didn't get a grand slam. The grand slam is like...
What
pole position, fastest lap, race win.
I think isn't grand slam when you get like F1, FP1, FP2, FP3 as well?
No, practice isn't included.
I think that is because Sebastian Vettel has the record for 2 of them only. I believe. We'll have to double check that. I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
But
stats guy.
Yeah, we need a stats. We'll have a look at that next time. We'll make sure we get that right next time. But like Charles Leclerc, phenomenal performance. I think he beat Verstappen. I mean, the overtakes that Verstappen did, and then Leclerc came back easily.
Absolutely fair and square. Verstappen tried everything that he could with the car that he was given, and it wasn't like Charles was worried. वो ये नहीं था कि टर्न 1 में आ गया मैक्स अब मैं क्या करूं. He knew it. अगर आप देखो उसकी टर्न 1 के बाद टर्न 2 और 3 की एग्जिट, it was near perfect in both those laps.
When Verstappen
he followed him
up,
like this out of turn 3.
When Verstappen locked up, he actually took the wider line to make sure he gets a good exit. And he did that
so
exactly
it feels like he's very confident in the car. That's very important. And I feel like barring Hamilton and Russell, Charles is the best qualifier on the grid.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Hands down.
I mean, he got
Hamilton. You never know what Hamilton can pull out. But I feel like, and Russell will see. He's been a great qualifier abhi tak, but let's see how he does in the Mercedes. But apart from that, I feel like Charles.
He had a bit of a disappointing qualifying P9.
Yeah,
he performed behind Bottas, which I was screaming about. By the way. I was like, Bottas, ye cheez yaar.
Traditions.
Kya baat hai? Like, it was incredible.
But Charles also mentioned after the race that he purposely on the straight was actually behind in the DRS detection zone. So he would let Max front. He would brake later. And then on the exit of turn 2 and 3, he would get it because he would get DRS to get back on Max.
DRS, and he knew that he was good in the straight line.
Yeah, and he knew, like he had the intuition to know the fact that, all right, I need to give him that space so that I get the DRS in the next turn. Because I feel like to be aggressive right now.
Charles has become a much more mature driver as compared to the first and the second season.
Absolutely.
Because he would make a lot of rookie mistakes. He was great at qualifying, he was great at race pace, everything, but वो कुछ छोटी सी mistakes उसकी होती थी which would cost him a lot during races. Things like what happened in Germany. फिर obviously qualifying में Monaco, Baku, इस तरह की चीजें.
He's not had a good Monaco Grand Prix ever.
Just about to say.
He hasn't finished a Monaco Grand Prix.
Exactly.
I wish he does it this time, please.
I think he's finished qualifying twice only. Because he even crashed during that as well last year.
He got pole.
He got pole.
Once he DNF'd not because of his own fault. Uska brakes failed. His first
when he like crashed into
sober mein tha.
It was a Kvyat. Like he torpedoed him, which is the ironic part. But what I want to also talk about, like, the fact is that he was much ahead of his teammate as well. Sainz had a very difficult weekend actually. He got the podium, which is great. We got that 1-2 finish. Us Ferrari fans were very happy. But Sainz was quite off the pace, and even he said this was one of the hardest weekends he's ever had at Ferrari since he joined.
I feel like it was hard for him to get on top of his setup during this race, or वो qualifying से पता चल रहा था. And even after the race, he mentioned that we are 0.1 of a second off, and we really need to make up that pace because 0.1 of a second in Formula 1 is
a light year.
Yep.
That's basically what it is. So I think we can say maybe the Tifosi can dream, but don't keep your high hopes up so much because we've been burned.
I feel like if Ferrari have the same kind of development they had in 2021, they can hands down win the championship.
Definitely.
वो levels of development उनको रखने पड़ेंगे because what we've learned from Ferrari's championship bouts is that they can't develop the car mid-season. Sebastian Vettel lost 2 championships because Ferrari could not deliver him the car in the second half of the season. Yes, he messed up twice. I remember Singapore. I remember Germany 2018. But
I mean, Singapore is debated.
but you
PTSD.
matlab Singapore. It
was a sandwich. It was like we don't want to get
it was
into
a different
4 years
car.
old now.
Yeah.
Just forget about
But
that.
Ferrari have not made their car better during
championship battles.
Yeah, championship battles in those 2 seasons. 2019 में तो break के बाद वैसे ही आप dip कर गए थे.
It's also interesting that Ferrari unveiled the car like as the car it was, all right?
Yeah.
On the launch.
Also,
Then it was
beautiful
like-
livery.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, what a gorgeous car.
And then testing, it was the exact same car.
This is one of the most beautiful Ferraris I've ever seen.
I'd say it's one of the
Yeah,
most beautiful
the color
grids
is
we've ever
insane.
seen.
Yeah.
Besides the Alpine.
Alpine sucks. I hate BWTS sponsor, man.
I liked Force India's pink. I liked that.
That was a nice light kind of pink,
It looked attractive, but this looks terrible.
And the navy blue with it is just, it's really overpowering. The Ferrari looks really good. The Aston Martin looks
gorgeous.
so nice.
It looks
it
like-
is.
Yeah.
I feel like
It looks like
it is
Bond,
the best car.
It looks like Bond could drive it.
Literally.
That's how it looks.
बहुत अच्छी लगती
I
है.
personally like Williams's though. Like
Yeah.
the livery. Like the bluish shade, like the one that they use is like.
You're the only person who likes Williams at
I
this
mean,
moment.
the livery. The livery, like, was a personal preference.
But yeah, I think now we can move on to the fact that the new cars that I think they've shown off that they're pretty good right now. We have to see throughout the
But-
season how they perform.
My question is that did they achieve what the rules were supposed to, like the regulation changes were supposed to say, like close racing? Did you feel that was throughout?
We needed closer racing, which we got.
Yeah.
I feel like cars were following within 2 seconds of each other very, very easily, which was the problem before. कि आपको 2 seconds से पीछे जाना पड़ता था या आप slipstream से निकलते थे.
Also, not to cut you off, but like also the fact last year, remember whenever cars followed behind each other, there's like turbulent air. You could
Yeah.
see them shaking.
Yep.
And they just like lose control
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah,
But
they're
carry on.
much more confident now. The brakes is something that the teams will have to get on top of. I
Yeah,
feel
especially McLaren.
McLaren की brakes overheat कर रही थी. Even before Max had the engine issue.
Yes.
He was struggling initially with his brake temperatures,
Yeah.
which is why he had to go back.
Yeah.
It probably clocked in the power steering issue as
Yeah.
well. later
हाँ,
on.
वो
They
initially
had
सबसे
that,
पहला
yeah.
issue आया था, फिर वो steering का issue आया,
Yeah.
फिर उसके बाद engine भी
So we
गया.
had brakes, steering, and then engines. Like 3 issues Red Bull had throughout this.
And not just him, Sergio Perez as well.
Perez.
And then you also had Pierre Gasly was the
Pierre
first
Gasly.
victim.
Yeah.
Gasly
Yuki's-
had an MGUK like
Just-
problem,
it just stopped.
completely separately.
The usual thing where it just turns off.
Yeah.
Like a light switch.
And then it caught fire.
Yes,
Also.
exactly.
On the same
exactly.
on the same turn, on the
was
same
like
exact
PTSD,
place where
yeah.
Grosjean crashed. और मैं बस कह रहा था नहीं, please नहीं यार.
Exactly.
ऐसे नहीं हम
Did you
कर
notice
सकते.
it was an actual firefighter this time?
Yep.
Exactly that position. That guy just
Yeah.
showed up
और वो
like, bas
दस्ती
kar,
आया.
bas kar. Band kar,
We
let's
can't
go."
do this again.
I mean, Red Bull had a bad weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, qualifying was okay. They were on pace.
But it was last 5 laps.
Yes.
Like till that point, it was perfectly fine.
I mean, he was having issues throughout. I mean, he
yeah,
was
but like they were still
वो
managing.
वो
it.
लेकिन
People
थोड़े
were having
reliability
good-
issues हैं, वो अगली
Yeah.
रेस तक solve हो
Also,
सकते हैं,
he's-
or if not after the race after Saudi. But
Yes.
don't be fooled by the 1-2
Yeah.
because Red Bull are going to be there. ये track suit भी कर रहा था Ferrari की गाड़ी को. The
It
drivers
always
were
has.
it always has. Charles lost his win
Last year,
in
2 years ago.
2019. And उसके अलावा भी Seb has won twice or thrice in Bahrain also.
Yes.
In both of his title challenges, he won Bahrain. So it's a car that has traditionally suited Ferrari. And
In the past, Alonso, Felipe Massa, Schumi have all had success here.
definitely. Or Red Bull आएगी वापस next race.
Definitely.
तो इतना easy नहीं है Ferrari के लिए. Or it's going to be really hard because Red Bull are really great with bringing upgrades.
Yes, they're probably the best.
Yeah.
Adrian
Yep.
Newey and
Well,
the team
yeah,
does
yeah.
an incredible job. I'm expecting that Ferrari, my prediction, early on prediction, but I think Ferrari can maybe get the constructors. I have a feeling the drivers might slip out.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about that. I feel like in order to win a championship, you've always seen drivers. Lewis के अगर आप example लो, never crashes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest reasons that Lewis has consistently won championships, and the one he didn't win, what do people refer to? That engine blowout.
Yeah, engine blowout. And that's not even his fault.
That's not even his fault. And Lewis finished like a total of like 30 to I don't
He has
know.
the record for the longest races in a row.
Exactly. So I feel like championships जीतने के लिए आपको consistently finish करना पड़ता है और जो छोटी सी mistakes करता है ना अक्सर Charles, that scares me. कि qualifying में crash कर जाना या फिर
stupid.
And it's not going to be easy when Sainz catches up to Charles.
Yes, which I expect
and when
he
they're
will.
going to be fighting, Sainz is not a number 2 driver. He is hands down not a number 2 driver.
But did you guys notice? Sorry, but like Lewis Hamilton has the yellow T cam and not the black carbon one, which is very weird because the yellow T cam is for the second driver. The lead driver always has a black carbon T cam.
Really? I didn't know
Yes.
that.
I think वो उसने
अपने helmet के साथ match कर रहा होगा. Maybe I'm thinking too much about it.
Yeah. Even Sainz की भी yellow है.
Wait, is this a thing?
Is this actually?
Yeah. So the second driver always has the yellow T cam. That's how you define the lead car and the second car.
God damn.
Yeah.
These guys
second driver होता है.
Yeah.
You were second.
I mean, if you're Bottas, I'm sorry, you're the second driver in Mercedes. But sorry, you continue with your Ferrari.
I have no idea where.
Sorry, I cut you off. My bad.
Sainz is not number 2
Sainz,
driver.
yes.
So when they're fighting, I feel like वहाँ पे, and we've seen it with Seb and Charles also. Charles does not give up. But I feel like he's a much more mature driver. We'll have to see this season when he's presented with a title challenge, if he's presented with a title challenge, how he behaves and how he goes about his races. Because drivers like Lewis are where they are, and he's won 7 championships because he's very, very, very consistent. Seb lost championships because he was not consistent.
Yeah.
He crashed.
In his ladder. Like,
Initially
because
so.
like he has a record for the most race wins in a row.
Yeah.
There's a time when Vettel was king.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I think Mercedes
This worries
benefited a lot from Red Bull's woes.
Definitely.
I mean, like they got the podium, they got P4 for Russell, they got points. They're second in the constructor championship.
Yep.
I think we know that they're going to come back.
And good morale overall.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
It would have been very different if they were what 5th and 6th.
Yeah, 5th and 6th most likely.
So it gives them a good push to make sure that they bring in new upgrades for Saudi Arabia.
I'm a bit concerned about their engine because all other Mercedes teams were not performing well, which we'll get to
Q1 May.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
4 out of 5 drivers that went out were Mercedes teams.
Yes, exactly.
And top 10 ke andar 6 out of the top 10 was Ferrari powered cars.
Yes.
So that means that the Ferrari engine is very reliable, very fast, and
I hope it's legal.
I really hope it's legal this time. Plus, their partnership with Shell has really helped them because we have new E10 fuels this time.
I think you know more about this, so explain a little bit like what's going on with that.
So the new E10 fuel is a more sustainable fuel, and what they've done is that they've introduced this into F1 in order to make sure that F1 is a progressive sport, and overall भी F1 का future plan यही है कि they want to move away from like the normal fuel and go on to some other kind of...
बनना, Formula E नहीं बनना.
वो they've stated कि FE will always be separate than F1. So Shell is Ferrari's partner, as always, and Shell has really helped them. क्या?
It's representing, I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Shell. ये रहा Shell. Sponsorship दो यार.
आज सिर्फ Shell दिलवा रहे हैं आप याद से.
By the way, मैं Shell का fuel नहीं डलवाता अपनी गाड़ी में. पाकिस्तान में बहुत बुरा है.
अब Shell दिलवा रहे हैं.
Total park roll. Sorry.
Total का scene है सिर्फ.
मैं तो PSO डलवाता हूँ.
You could see कि Red Bull and McLaren, उनका fuel partner same है but different than Ferrari. Mobil, yes. और उनकी problems काफ़ी ज़्यादा आ रही थी. गैसली का भी चेको का fuel injection issue आया था. Both engine related issues. Even गैसली का उसका MGO था. Yeah, but Ferrari's partnership with Shell has really helped them in order to get the most out of the E10 fuels because a lot of teams were struggling with the new fuels.
Yeah, and just to be like honest, like it's like maybe a 1/10 or 2/10 of a difference the fuel makes, but it's a huge amount in motorsports in general, not just in F1. So I mean, we can just move on to the fact that let's go to the midfield battle because there's some people I adored. Their performances were incredible. Firstly, Bottas got P6.
Valtteri Bottas.
He beat a Mercedes. He beat Russell, the guy who replaced him. The reason he got fired, basically. And he got it. And then what did Valtteri do? He got the shittiest start as usual. I don't know what's wrong.
Start देखा था और मैं कह रहा था यार, you don't deserve anything.
Yeah, I know. Like, the fact that whenever he either does one thing, a fantastic start. He blows everyone away. He does 0.0001 second ka release karta hai. Like in Japan, where he overtook Ferraris in the front row. Or in Austria, where he was like half a length of a track away. Like he just vanished away. Like the proper.
Or
thing
he's
is.
shite.
Or he's just shit. Like just utter shit at starts. Like last year he was horrible. Like
Yeah.
last year
तो overall उसके बहुत बुरे starts थे.
अबू धाबी में दे सकते हैं, पता नहीं पिछले गलियों में गाड़ी चला रहा था, लुइस बेचारा चेको के साथ लड़ रहा था अकेले.
Also, Bottas, the same issue prevailed. He couldn't overtake Tsunoda.
Yeah.
For a good 10-15 laps, he just could not do it.
It's just him as a driver, I believe. Like even then, like I just feel that he doesn't take that many risks in the sense. He's very cautious while he's driving.
I don't know if it's risks
he doesn't have speed.
In terms of like braking late or whatever. But it just felt like he was never close to. I feel like जब वो नज़दीक आ जाता है तो वो risk ले लेता है. He's not a bad driver. He can go into a braking zone and try to overtake someone. It's just that he was not getting close on the DRS straights. तीनों में he wasn't getting close कि वो यहाँ पे आ जाए और फिर वो late break कर ले.
And bear in mind he's got
Also
a Ferrari
Max
engine.
की तीसरा जो try थी on Charles.
Yes.
How late was that, dude?
Bro, he went on
but then he had to like lock
he went
up
on
his
the
tires.
and also the one he went on the bumpy side of the
Yeah,
track where
yeah,
like
yeah.
sparks float. I was like, oh my
Exactly.
god, I was screaming my ass off. Like I was like, I love that.
A lot of sparks in Bahrain.
Yes, a lot of sparks.
sparks.
There's always
There's
sparks in Bahrain.
Good visuals.
Yes.
मजा आया था.
It's like whoever's a photographer there is living their life there properly. But I also don't want to talk about the best driver of the day for me.
K-Mag.
Yes, Kevin Magnussen.
K-Mag, what a story.
Bro, he was
Gets kicked out. A season later, you kick out the guy who kicked him out.
exactly redemption of the highest order.
And he had a week.
Yeah,
A week of
मुश्किल से.
preparation. Huh?
He didn't even test that car.
He missed the first test. He missed the first day of the second test in Bahrain.
Yes.
So he had, I think, 2 days of testing.
Yes, and he came back on the first day he was back. He was the fastest on
Yep.
track, which is incredible.
But that was down
Obviously.
to them
Having an extra hour.
Yeah,
as well.
testing at the end. Sham
Yeah,
ko.
but that's still. I mean, like.
Yeah,
it's
but
proven.
it showed pace in the car,
It's
which they
got
had.
proven at the race.
He locked up twice within 3 laps. I think within the first 10 laps of the race, he locked up twice on turn 1.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize that.
जब उसको हैमिल्टन ने ओवरटेक किया नहीं उसको रसल ने ओवरटेक किया था और चेको ने ओवरटेक किया था.
Before you go, he had a move on Lewis in the beginning as well.
Yeah.
I was like,
He
oh
was
my God.
almost into P4.
Yeah,
at the
at turn
start.
3.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
almost already there at turn
Yep.
4 as well. Like he almost
So
got ahead of
that Ferrari engine.
and
is
K-Mag
good.
as well.
And obviously.
I mean, because
this shows that
Haas,
K-Mag,
Haas.
how great of a driver K-Mag is.
really, I mean, he's got a fantastic performance previously
And even
as well.
going to Grosjean, you see him performing really well in IndyCar.
I'm rooting for him. Like he's in a really good team.
मैंने
this
उसकी
time.
वजह से थोड़ा सा देखना शुरू
Same.
कर
I
दिया because
never
I
watched
really
Indy.
like Grosjean.
I never watched Indy. I only watched Indy 500. Now I'm actually following it season. And this time he had a issue with his car.
Yeah.
The engine turned off or something.
He's an Andretti man.
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of the best teams now.
Yep.
So it's possible we can see a Grosjean winning in America.
Yep.
I mean, and
Very
he was about to compete too as well in that race. Which
He's had
happened.
podiums last year also.
Yeah, a couple of them.
With
3, 4.
not as great of a team.
Yeah, and not a great car as well.
Yeah.
So he was doing great.
Yeah.
But getting back to it, that K-Mag was wonderful. Mick Schumacher was doing decent. I think he
Mick
fell
Schumacher was spun in the first round.
Yeah,
I think
Ocon.
that वो उसके tires भी थोड़े से flat spot हो गए
Yeah.
थे. Ocon ने उसको मारा था.
But he got eaten up alive with a safety restart as well.
Oh, he had older tires. He didn't
Yeah,
pit.
that's true.
At the everyone else pitted for new softs. He was on, I think, 11 laps old softs.
I feel
at that
so
point.
bad for him, man, because he was about to
Yeah.
get his first points, man. That was
Yeah.
gonna be like my Russell
But
moment.
they'll come.
yeah,
They'll come.
They'll definitely come. He's proven
But
himself.
this K-Mag coming into the team will now finally really understand what Mick is all about.
Yes.
Because he ate
Yeah.
Mazepin for
He
breakfast,
ate-
lunch
yeah.
and dinner.
Oh my God.
Every race of the
I
season. But
refu-
अब हमें समझ आएगी because
Yes.
I'm really interested in seeing how good he is because I want to see him in a Ferrari.
Same.
Just
Just for the.
the emotion.
I mean, you're wearing the shirt, man.
Yeah.
You're wearing the Schumi shirt.
Michael was my hero growing up.
Who?
I was 6 years old
Yeah.
when I started watching F1. And
I have
yeah.
my first book I ever bought is Michael Schumacher's book.
बहुत आला.
Yeah, I went to a hairdresser and I said, "मैंने इस तरह बाल काटने हैं."
I also
And she
followed.
spoke Greek. She didn't understand. So like, eh? And I was like, "वो Greek में बोला था."
High five, bro.
Yeah,
बचपन
exactly,
के
man.
heroes. But I also followed Mick's career
F2,
throughout.
F3.
No, I watched F3 की races भी.
Yeah, वही ना.
So I've been following him since F3, F2, both of his seasons. And traditionally he doesn't do well in his first season.
Yes, that's
in
what
a
I'm
new
saying.
car. But that's the point. This is a new car again.
Yeah.
So I feel like he might struggle again if we're following the same pattern. But I really hope he gets better and starts getting some points for Haas. Really happy for Haas though.
Yo, Gunther
2
Steiner.
really bad seasons.
Like, bless you, man.
Yeah.
Netflix has a great time recording all of these reactions.
Oh, by the way, I refuse to watch Drive to Survive.
मुझसे नहीं देखेगी.
I did not watch a single episode this time.
I watched like 4 episodes. I got bored.
I just watched a compilation of Nikita Mazepin saying shit.
Yeah,
I saw
that's
that
it.
also.
That's all I saw. I don't care about that show. It's a horrible show. If you're a casual and you came from it, great, but then don't watch it anymore because you'll learn nothing from that
it's
show.
pulled in so many fans though.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I'm happy
I
because
like
of that we're getting possibly 2 new teams. Porsche and Andretti might join.
Andretti काफी हद तक block हो चुकी है.
And the show also came about as DNM Mirza,
Thanks,
who's
DNM.
first time producing. But exactly, I mean,
I think Andretti ka move is all but blocked.
all but blocked.
Because they'll have to pay an extra 50 million a season
Achha, I didn't know that.
to F1 to give to all the other teams.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
so-
how F1 works.
yeah,
Jenny.
yeah, I
It's
know.
not easy getting it to F1.
I know, but I'm pretty sure Porsche could get in. Unka relationship might be better.
Yeah, but it's not their relationship with F1, it's the other teams.
Yeah, I know.
तो वो safeguard रखने के लिए बाकी teams ने कहा था कि फिर हमें पैसे दें.
एक तो Ferrari
Extra.
was हमेशा like they get what did they get, like historic payment
Yeah,
every
अभी तक
year?
मिलती है.
Yeah, at the
Historic
end,
payments
yeah, they get
as well.
historic payment.
Because they've raced in every.
Even when they came second in championships, they made more money than Mercedes.
Yep.
When they came, what was it, 8th or 7th in championship, they made more money than the rest of like next 4 teams
Yep.
because of the historic payment. Williams also get it, by the way. They get like 20 million pounds or something.
हाँ, Williams, Ferrari, and I think McLaren को भी शायद मिलती है. I'm not sure about
Actually, I don't
McLaren.
think McLaren gets it. I'm
They
not sure.
came
Well,
in later also.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're
so
not-
did Williams though.
yeah.
Fact check.
Yeah, we'll have to fact check that later. But with that, K-Mag is a legend. And last point I want to talk about is mostly about the British constructors, which is Williams, Aston Martin. And I'm personally a big fan of the Orange Papaya team.
What the hell happened to McLaren?
I have to talk about one thing. I was so excited. I was like, Ricardo's overtaking. And then I saw P17.
It's for P17.
I was like, no, what's going on, man? This is horrible. This is the
only
worst
time
thing.
That McLaren got screen time was when these guys were lapping them.
Exactly.
Like-
Or that overtake on Albon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, don't forget.
It was actually a really good overtake. It's just it was for P17.
What
man.
do you think has gone wrong? Because they were decent in testing.
पता नहीं यार McLaren Honda आगे
So
वापस मुझे तो डर लग रहा है.
उनका fuel का issue definitely है.
Definitely.
So they're struggling with their fuel partners.
As
That's
far
one
as
thing apart. I think उनकी aerodynamics.
yes,
इतनी
they've always struggled with that. If you
Yeah.
remember when Alonso used to say like, "Oh, the car's amazing.
हाँ,
it's just the
जब
package.
उन्होंने
It's just the package."
Honda से रनों पे गए थे तब
Yeah.
actually that was a great moment for McLaren as a team to move forward because switching engines made them realize how bad they were with
Yes.
aerodynamics.
I mean, if anyone's a McLaren fan like me, they remember 2017 being one of the worst times ever to
Yeah.
watch. Because my favorite driver of all-
GP2 engine, GP2
exactly.
engine.
It was just awful. That was 2015 actually, or 2016.
Ah,
that was early
16,
days
that was
when they had the
16.
black
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
Is it repeating though?
It looks
Is the
like it, man.
question.
No,
And
their
they-
engine is good.
And they have
Their
Google
engine is
Chrome
alright.
like rims, like
I
वो
mean-
RAM खाता है.
But
I think वो engine भी
Google-
खा रहा है
Google
उनका.
came as a sponsor and they slowed.
Yeah, exactly. In testing, they weren't that bad. They got way worse in qualifying
Yep.
afterwards. But
I think they'll get on
iPhones.
top of it. I think
I
इनके
don't
setup
know,
issues
man.
थे maybe.
I
Maybe
don't-
in
it
a
can't
few
be that
races
severe,
they
though.
might be where
bro, if you have setup issues, you
Alpha
could be
is-
off like 3-4 places at
Yeah.
max.
Yeah,
Not being out of the top 10 entirely, being
True.
P17 and P20 at one point in the race.
yeah
I don't even remember where they finished. Like I didn't bother checking. I
they
was like,
were 14, 15.
No, there were very high hopes going.
No,
for
dude.
McLaren.
Oh yes, yes,
They,
yes,
वो
yes.
DNFs की वजह से.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Feel really bad for Gasly.
yes, Gasly. Gasly,
Ah,
as usual,
Gasly was
Mr.
running
Master,
right, yeah.
top
Yeah.
10 में आता है हमेशा, is doing his job.
Great work by Gasly. Good race by Gasly also. Had some interesting battles with K-Mag also.
I mean, to talk about the Italian back markers, let's call them that. We're doing much better than the British ones.
Yep.
AlphaTauri got points,
AlphaTauri
although they
got
have the
points.
engine issue with Pierre Gasly.
Alfa Romeo
got
picked
double
heavy
points.
points. कितने 11 points हुए उनके I think.
Yeah, I believe Valtteri
Yeah.
Bottas
Zhou ka 1
8 and then 1. That's 9 points.
9 points.
So I mean, I did not expect much from what's his name? I forget. Zhou Ganyu.
Yeah.
Zhou Ganyu.
Zhou Ganyu.
Zhou Ganyu.
Zhou Guanyu.
Zhou Ganyu.
Ganyu.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's much better. Zhou Ganyu. I didn't expect much from him because I was like, dude, this guy barely could even win an F2. Like,
Yeah.
he should not. Oscar Piastri
Oscar
deserves it.
Piastri is on the sidelines.
Not just the
once again.
sidelines, bro. I always watch the F1 show afterwards, which they have with Will Buxton or
yeah,
the
yeah.
other person, and he was there emceeing basically. Like every driver was like, "Oh, why are you here?" It's just like I have nothing else to do, guys. मैं क्या करूं?
Please मुझे driver बना दो यार.
And I just don't get it. Like we've seen this happen multiple times with Stoffel Van Dorn. F2 champion, and they put him out for a year, and then that makes it worse for them because they're out of sync. And then when they come into a shittier car, and Alpine looks okay, so it's much better than McLaren Honda. For Van Dorn is much difficult, but I feel like Piastri is getting wasted as usual because he won F3, F2 on the trot. Like he won them in a row.
The only other person apart from George Russell to do it.
You also have Fittipaldi though on side.
Yeah, but he's not exactly a champion.
He is. वो तो उनका Haas का. Yeah, but he's not champ.
He's not a champ.
He's not even like podium
Top
finisher,
3,
bro. He's actually pretty mediocre in that sense. So that's why I was saying I didn't expect much from him.
Joe finished 10th.
Yeah. So not bad. He did benefit of...
No, not 10th. Oh, I'm talking about F2. I think he finished 3rd?
Second or third or something. He got like pimped by someone else.
But Oscar Piastri blew everyone away.
Yeah, bro.
उसका वो था जो रसल का सीजन था ना कि बस पाड़ दिया है.
George Russell did that. If people don't remember, Julian Palmer did that. Stoffel Van Dorn did that. The different results obviously ended up with.
I still don't like Julian Palmer if you're trying to...
No, obviously...
Julian Palmer मुझे देख कैसे...
Julian Palmer used to get like $1 million, by the way, salary to drive at Renault when he was crashing that shit.
Really?
$1 million a race?
$1 million per season.
Per season. That's not much for an F1 driver.
Yeah. No, it is actually because early drivers get like 125,000, 170,000. It's pretty low actually. Million is actually kind of like...
Julian Palmer तो थोड़ा बाद में था तब तक. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, no. And in his second season, they started giving $1 million because he's F2 champion.
Oh, okay.
They usually get that. Newer drivers like Leclerc was getting like 125 or 150,000 at Sauber. No, per season, bro.
No, can't.
Yeah.
It can't be.
It is, bro. Itna bhi paisa nahi unke paas. It's Sauber.
How can Lewis Hamilton be making 40 million a year?
He's Lewis Hamilton.
Every time
Charles Leclerc F2 champion is making 125k.
Yeah, it's F2 champion, bro. Is it the Oscar Piastri? Either you become a test driver or you become a back market driver.
Bro. इससे ज़्यादा तो वो sponsors लेके आते हैं.
Exactly. I mean, like what did Red Bull's crypto thing cost?
Mazepin को तो कुछ नहीं दिया होगा.
No, Mazepin paid to be.
उसने कहा था मुझसे ले लो भाई. मेरे अब्बू बहुत अमीर है.
That's the only reason he was in the team. I mean, we all know that for that to be true.
Like most drivers in F1.
Yeah, a lot of drivers. I mean, even Schumi was a paid driver.
Yeah.
Lando's a paid driver too, technically.
Yeah. Lando's dad is also very rich.
Yeah, he's super rich.
उसकी कोई बात नहीं करता because he's talented.
Yeah, he's talented and like...
what's your opinion of Stroll?
Yeah, I obviously was on the hate train. I'll be very honest. Early on, when he in the Williams
I never
time.
felt like he was a bad driver though.
He's okay, but again, like
his performance... I think he's the best of the paid drivers.
Paid drivers.
If that's a trophy you can
I
give
wouldn't
someone.
say best paid drivers because you're wearing the shirt of the best paid driver. Technically,
No. Like,
Senna was also paid driver, bro.
No. वो तो most drivers are paid drivers उस तरीके से.
No, but I'm talking about
like
billionaire daddy drivers.
Literal paid drivers होते हैं कि बस मुझे team में डाल दो मेरे पास talent नहीं है.
Billionaire because he did win the F3 championship. Lance Stroll. Yes.
Oh, I did not know this.
Yeah, he jumped F3 to F1. That was the biggest reason people didn't like him because he skipped F2 altogether.
He did Max basically.
Yeah, but Max didn't.
But
have
he's come good. I feel like
he's done better. He got that podium in Baku.
He was consistently matching Pele his other
Massa.
Not consistently matching, but like staying
in the zone. Yeah, he wasn't never
got podiums as well.
Like
he's always there.
Yeah, he's always there. I think this time, right now,
he's become a much better driver now.
Yes,
I feel like he can be on the F1 grid now.
But my issue is that he got given 5 years to do it, man. Other drivers don't get that chance.
He will still have so many other years because his
उसके अब्बू ने टीम खरीदी हुई है bro.
Yeah, like I mean that's the unfair part of it. Although that's
also the reality of the sport. So.
Exactly. As long as it's just one driver who's got a billion.
This is what makes the sport run.
Yeah,
it would cease to exist.
It's it's the truth of the matter.
The amount of money that goes into F1 is insane.
Yeah,
and it's not a sport where you make money. No team makes money.
I think Ferrari probably make decent.
Ferrari was also spending a lot of money before.
Yeah, that's true as well. So, I mean, merchandise costs a lot of there as well. You can tell by the prices of their merchandise.
How fucking expensive is F1 merchandise, bro?
Bro, मैं तो देख के I'm like रहने दे.
मुझे फुटबॉल की महंगी लगती थी. मैं कहता हूँ ये तो मैं नहीं खरीद रहा.
I was like print shop जाके खुद ही बस print करके कर ले. Easy scene है.
हमने भी कुछ ही नहीं आता जब हम अबू धाबी देखे गए थे.
I think we got a hat.
जो शायद फ्री में मिलता है जो बैटल फेंकता भी है लाइक वो वाला टोपी
हम अपनी मर्च लेके गए थे.
I wore this at the Grand Prix this year.
Yeah, this you did.
This is an old shirt.
Yeah, but we didn't get anything specific because we visited the shops.
I think we've almost covered everything. Let's just quickly say Aston Martin, horrible race. I feel so bad.
McLaren, Aston Martin need
and
to
Williams
figure some shit out in terms of their race
quickly.
Pace. Aston Martin also in terms of their qualifying pace, they are probably along with Williams, the worst team on the grid.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'm not even.
And the amount of money that's going into that team, building a new factory, that's a 100 million pound factory.
Yeah.
Obviously, अभी वो बनी नहीं है, but they've also उनकी बहुत extreme recruitment strategy रही है. They've gotten people from Red Bull, from Mercedes.
Exactly.
I think also from McLaren. So for the amount of effort and the resources that they're putting into their team, this is not a car.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised because their concept was a lot like the Ferrari. So I
Very
was
streamlined.
yeah.
Slim
Even
सा गाड़ी.
the जो उनके vents हैं,
Yes.
वो काफी similar थे. वो fucking Eau Rouge वाला वो
Yes,
नहीं बनाया.
exactly. वही सारा
वो
यही
नहीं है
बना
उनमें.
रहता
But I felt like concept wise it was quite similar to the Ferrari, and I felt like they would do well.
It might highlight the Mercedes engines a
Yeah,
week as well.
Yeah,
You remember that part
No,
as well?
definitly.
Yeah.
The Mercedes engine is not.
I'm
as
not
strong
sure
as
who
Ferrari
Aston
is.
Martin's fuel provider is.
उनका मुझे भी नहीं पता.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't have a title sponsor in that sense.
Yeah.
Besides, I don't know, BWT उनका भी
नहीं
sponsor
है.
है.
नहीं अब वो change
नहीं
हो
है.
गया.
Oh yeah,
Automotive
because
चला
it's
गया
like
ना.
yeah, ठीक है सही है.
Automotive
उनका
went into
वो
BMW.
tech company है.
Oh okay, whatever. Basically,
Yeah.
जो भी है, they had a bad race. Vettel wasn't there, which made
I'm
me sad.
glad. This will be if they don't fix their issues, this is going to be a hard season for Vettel, and I feel really bad for him. Oh, by the way, Seb, I might be a Ferrari fan, but Seb Vettel is my all-time favorite driver. Michael was my hero, but Seb.
For me,
Seb, I've gotten a lot of pain watching Seb.
I'm
in
sorry,
Ferrari.
but I'm an Alonso fan, so like I know far more
ouch.
than you.
You have more pain.
Yes, I have had pain since the mid 2000s.
हाँ नहीं
basically.
मैंने कुछ साल बड़े अच्छे गुजारे.
आपने तो 4 साल लगातार अच्छे गुजारे.
Ragazzi.
Yeah, boy, I'm a Vettel fan too. He's my
Vicente.
red light. जो गाना भी शुरू कर लेता था. He's my second favorite driver. Third is Lewis Hamilton. So
And I fear that if they
that's
don't
it.
do well, we might lose Seb at the end of the season.
really, I don't think he's fallen in love out of the sport yet, though.
But if there's no project, then
That's true.
he's
I
not.
think
He said it last season. I'm not here to be in the midfield. He knows this. That's
he's
an
not-
elite
it's-
mindset, bro.
it's not even the midfield, bro. It's
हाँ,
he's a
अब
back
तो
marker.
back marker
It's
It's a
बन
back
गया.
marker, bro. Last season he's
and
still
it's the same as when Alonso quit F1
yeah
for the first time.
for the first time. Yes.
He didn't. He's too. Some drivers are just too good to be at the back. Some drivers are just always need to be challenging for
Yeah,
podiums.
Bottas
And
पीछे जा
if,
सकता
if
है.
you have a
Not Vettel.
4-time world champion, bro,
No.
third on the all-time wins list,
Yes.
fucking I don't know, maybe third or fourth on the all-time podiums list.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah, that's true as well.
you
Front
can't
rows as
be
well, pole positions.
driving this Aston Martin.
Exactly. I think Anoosh, you have any closing thoughts about McLaren, Aston Martin? Besides the fact that they're fucked. Yeah, exactly.
They're shite.
I think just quickly, I don't want to make this a regular thing. Let's just quickly say who our top 3 drivers were of this weekend. Mine was K-Mag, Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton.
K-Mag, Leclerc, and Bottas.
Ooh.
Yeah. Leclerc.
Despite the
K-Mag.
shitty start.
Yes.
Despite the shitty start. But great
Leclerc.
qualifying.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Leclerc, K-Mag, and Bottas.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Also, I'm very interested to see what Russell has to bring.
Yeah, right now we didn't
Because
get to see
that's-
much.
हाँ, ये
It was an
highlighted नहीं था इस
underwhelming
race में
start for
because
him.
they weren't together.
Hmm.
But I feel like that's going to be one of the battles of
Feisty.
this championship.
Very feisty.
Because the moment he gets his hand on that car,
Hmm.
it's not easy for Sir Lewis, who is not winning an 8th championship this week.
No,
This
yeah,
season.
This season, I probably not.
But
yeah.
I can't. I should not say this because
Yeah.
Mercedes का कोई पता नहीं.
Mercedes have come back from worse, remember?
Yeah.
They've had bad starts worse than this when Ferrari were like looking to win the championship as well last time.
I think इतना बुरा start नहीं था. They were the second best team. Right now they are equally the third, fourth best team
I guess, yeah.
on the grid.
I think that was particular to Lewis's problems, but whatever. Any predictions for Jeddah, or as the British were saying, Jeddah? It's just,
Jeddah.
Saudi
Jeddah.
Arabia.
Jeddah,
Saudi
man. What's your
Arabia.
top 3 for Jeddah?
I think Verstappen takes this one
Yeah.
this time. I think the car suited them last time as well. I think maybe a Leclerc again on the podium, and maybe a surprise Mercedes.
Again?
Yes,
Another Mercedes.
another surprise
podium.
Mercedes.
Which one?
I think both of them have a chance, but I'm a
Mm.
Lewis fan, so maybe Lewis.
All right. Do you think they'll bring upgrades this week?
Short
time
Short
between
notice
races.
is next week, by the way, so we'll be back again.
Yeah,
It's this week.
This week.
It's this week. Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah.
आज
It's this
आज
week.
Monday है.
आज Monday Tuesday को लग रहा है. So yeah, I think maybe possibly they're a quick development team. They're one of the best
Yeah.
at the development race.
Yeah.
We know that, we've seen that in the past. So maybe, but I still think there's a chance for them to get a podium maybe because of the way track behaves specifically.
Interesting. Anoosh. Anoosh, sorry.
Anoosh Zeerik.
Anoosh Zeerik.
Max
Max
on pole and takes the win.
takes the win.
Leclerc second. Third, George Russell.
Ooh, so another surprise Mercedes.
Yeah.
I feel like it's Charles and it's Max and it's Sainz.
I don't want to jump on the hype train already, man. I don't.
I feel like it's too close between races.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
For Mercedes to get.
I think we need a very open track as well to see what effect that has on the other cars
Yeah.
as well. Then we'll have a better. image.
Jeddah track also has 3 DRS zones.
Yes, as
Yeah.
ridiculous as DRS
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
Super
And,
fast.
Not extremely similar, but somewhat similar to the Bahrain track. Free flowing है काफी.
Yeah, but it's a street circuit.
Street circuit है, हाँ.
Close.
It's close.
Yeah.
But उसका DRS इतना लंबा है, bro.
Yeah, we don't care.
Jeddah.
Ridiculous,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bro, 2 of them are really
हाँ,
long.
yeah.
उसका straight तो पहला तो Saudi Arabia, Singapore की तरह लगता है.
I feel like it's too close between races.
Yeah.
For Mercedes to get another podium, unless there's DNFs again.
Yeah.
Perez
And,
DNFs. Another prediction.
I feel like Perez is maybe not on Sainz's level.
No, I don't think. I think the other Spaniard, he's Mexican, but like they both speak Spanish. But I think, yeah, definitely Carlos takes the cake on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Charles, Max, and I don't know between Max and Sainz, but I feel like Charles again
Max
is
gets one up on
gets
Sainz.
pole and
Bro, we can talk forever. I think we've almost had half of the Grand Prix duration. हमने तो बात कर ली है. अब बहुत लंबा हो गया. Thank you guys for coming on for the first podcast of Lights Out. We're going to keep doing this again. We might do extra pods. We'll decide that later, where we do pre-qualifying, maybe after qualifying, just to do some quick reactions. But thank you for joining us. Please watch motorsports. Go to the go-karts tracks near the airport. Have some fun. Support maybe at the drifting championship happening soon. Through Red Bull,
no
something
idea.
like that. That's something in the works. I don't know. But basically, watch MotoGP as well, please. That was a fantastic race. If you guys don't watch MotoGP, watch that as well. Watch all.
इस season मैंने देखनी है वैसे.
Yeah, please.
Because last season
do
मैंने उसकी highlights देखना शुरू की थी.
Yeah, MotoGP is
Let's do
fantastic. WRC is back. FE is back. All the motorsports is back. It's motorsport season.
FE का ना क्या है bro? क्या हो गया?
He's very chaotic.
It's fun. It's fun to watch वैसे.
Yeah, it is fun to
Shorter races.
Sure.
So it takes less.
I only hate one thing, that they are on street circuits all the time.
Yeah,
I hate that.
They can't do
can't
proper
be
circuits
I
because
know,
their batteries aren't.
I know the batteries are
equipped
shit,
yet.
but
Yeah.
like still, it's horrible.
With
part.
time, I think better हो जाएगा. I think make the street circuits a bit more wider.
Yeah, I know.
'Cause
Saइडों पे इतना जगह तो है. Like, कर ले.
थोड़ा सा बड़ा बना लो.
You're
But
literally
anyway.
driving on an airport at once.
Yeah.
तो काफी जगह है. बना ले लंबा उसको.
But they have crazy ones, like half London ones, like half
Yes.
inside and half outside. Like
Exactly.
indoor racing हो रही है आपकी.
We're getting carried away again.
All right.
Also, this podcast is 2 years in the making. We've been thinking about this for 2 years. So please support.
Yes.
Please watch. I promise we'll get better as the season goes on. We'll
Yes.
have more stats for you. We'll have a
fact checker.
Yeah. Fact checker
laptop.
होगा. हमारा proper system होगा. We'll get down to how we want our videos to be. Yeah, आज हमने थोड़ा सा haphazard किया. We just wanted to discuss the race.
And
back over to you, Fast, because he's
Thank
the
you.
host of this podcast.
Thank you for that. Thank you for joining us. Please tell us in the comments what you'd like us to change. Maybe what do you like, what do you didn't like. We'll have a look at that. And we'll see you next time when the checker flag drops.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ferrari are back.